I will be here all my life. When I take my last breath, it will be right here. It means everything to me, everything.
80% of the people here still live off the land. They go out and get their food for the winter. They put up their fish, put up their caribou, get their ducks, put them up. So we still live off the land. It's important that we pass it on to our children.
But we are struggling, you know, we do need help here. This is our livelihood.
The changes are very fast, especially toward our subsistent way of life. And it scares me, you know.
This is our life. This is our soul out here. Our very existence depends on it. And they're going to wipe us out.
My ancestors have lived here for 2,000 plus years, and they've managed their resources very, very well. Our people did not waste any food. They only took what they needed.
The indigenous people were very, very smart people. They didn't have Harvard, UCLA, Stanford, Princeton. They had something more powerful than that, common sense. There was never, ever, ever any squabble over money. Money was nothing, we didn't need it. We had food, we had clothing, and we were rich with happiness.
You speak to a lot of the elders and they will tell you that there's great big change, you know, in the environment.
The people in the Bering Sea are sounding the alarms that something is wrong. People are having to travel further and further away from home to get the foods that were once abundant near their villages.
I used to go out and come home within an hour with maybe 5, 10 fish. Now we're struggling more and taking more time in order to try and catch one little fish.
This used to be a well-thriving community of 35 boats fishing salmon. Now there's only 7 of us left.
The canneries used to operate year-round here, and so we'd have more kids in school. more job opportunities for people here. It's just really hard to get enough to go around.
Well, when I was young, I saw my mom put fish away. We still do today, but there's a big difference. I've asked her many times if we can clean that little house out to make more room for more fish. But she says those fish are for when we starve. I know that would mean there is a time when all types of food will disappear. From the land and the sea.
I think it has a lot to do with the trawlers, offshore trawlers.
Before trawlers came along, every trip we'd come home with a full boat of halibut. And it just sort of dwindled from there.
I went dragging once when I was 18. I'm 52 years old now. And what I seen what it did then, I told myself I'd never do it again.
Bottom trawlers really are devastating industrial machines that come in and plow up the bottom, destroying everything in their path, wiping out biodiversity.
That is affecting the fish. The mammal is the fish. And I subsist in both.
When you look out your front window and see 20 draggers out here in the bay dragging a half a mile from your dock and coming up, you don't know how much it hurts you inside. They're killing our livelihood and everything else on the bottom.
I mean, it's not just one species, it's all species out there that they're taking.
2 years ago, just north of Unimak Island in the Bering Sea, in the cod fishery alone, 600,000 salmon were taken and killed as accidental catch. Last year, 700,000 salmon were taken and killed as bycatch.
The way things are now, basically you can fish anywhere, you can do as much damage as you want, and there's very little to stop it.
What he said is that the foods that we eat are not to be played around with.
The local fleet that's here never created this problem. This problem was created by, factory fleets and factory longliners and stuff like that.
They go way out to the ocean and catch them before they come in. And the guys that are pot fishing don't get nothing.
There's nothing to fish for. There's nothing. Because the fish is disappearing, and we know why it's disappearing, and not a darn thing is being done about it.
Last year we went to gamble in Sabunga. They're having the same concerns and the same problems.
They make $1 billion a year, every year, from this fishery, and our people are suffering.
We need to try to find a way to balance the needs of a finite resource upon all the users.
Instead of allowing any type of fishing, almost any place in the Bering Sea, we need to be thinking about ways that are going to lead to a healthy ecosystem supporting sustainable fisheries and communities.
So we thought about the idea of marine cultural heritage zones. Marine cultural heritage zones are very basically and very simply marine reserves with a twist, where the communities that participate in the development of these zones may also develop co-management relationships with the federal government, with National Marine Fisheries Service, to determine the seasons and the amounts of fish that could be caught within those zones, as well as the kind of fishing gear that might be used that does as little destruction to the habitat as possible.
what we call Gusuk's white people. They have farms. And this is our farm out here.
We've seen what happened to the East Coast. How much toll can our bottom take that before, you completely diminish everything?
We really need to work together to get these trawlers out of our area because it's really hurting our people.
What makes it right for one culture to systematically destroy another culture and another person's way of living?
This is not money we're going after. We're trying to survive since there are so many governments out there who will not support our everyday needs.
Let us be what we are. We can survive even if you left, but don't take what I depend on to survive. It's that my food from the land, from the sea, and from the air.
Unless you have a voice out there and speak up, it'll continue to happen and it'll keep going on.
Bring your wisdom, bring your knowledge, bring your voice. Your voice is very important. If we don't do anything, they're going to destroy everything of what we have.